Alright, so in one of my last videos, actually the most recent one, the one with all of the Montana footage, someone asked that I show all of the gear that I use. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Shouldn't take that long. We really don't use that complicated stuff, but I have a lot of flies and yeah. Alright, so to begin, this is my pack and I have some liquid floatant in this, and then I have forceps just in case. I don't use them that often. Pair of nippers to use when I'm cutting flies. And then if I flip it around, you can see my water bottle slot. And then you can really check this out. It's a fish pond, but I have nippers on this side, a trash can, and a tape measure to make sure that the fish are the size that I say they are, and then my tippet. In here, I have several fly boxes, several fly boxes, starting with this one. Oops, uh-oh, this one's falling apart. I actually got a new fly box that I can replace it with, but I've used this one for a very long time, so no wonder it's falling apart. But got my chubbies on this side with a couple hoppers and a couple streamers. And then in my other box I have other stuff, but next up I have this box which has most of my squirmies. I have a whole nother box that has squirmies, but I don't have all my boxes put together in my pack today because I don't really know. I don't really need them very often because who needs a whole box of squirmies? But I got the rest of my nymphs. We got like small Coontox, beadless holy grails, and then we move on to like some more complicated ones that I think I've like never used sometimes. But we got like some Frenchies, some Waltz worms, and some more golden Frenchies and hare's ears and eggs. But when we move on to this one is all stoneflies. So that was the fly of the day in Montana, but we got the green, the olive work really well. They always fall out though. Probably need new fly boxes. But then I have like these golden ones, if it'll focus. Whatever. And then finally another chubby Chernobyl box. This is the one before that was peeling out, but another one chubby. Has also some small dry flies, but this dry fly, this is probably one of my favorites for small dry flies. If you can't tell, that's a Robert's yellow drake, but it works really well. And then other flies, more squirmies, Coontox, peacock Frenchies, Perdigons, lavender Frenchies, hare's ears, more Coontox, more soft hackles, even a couple stoneflies. And this is usually my main box. Like, I didn't really have to use any of the other boxes in Montana because, I mean, you got chubbies, you got small dries, you got Coontox, Perdigons, and Frenchies. Oh, I also wanted to mention that this is the guy that gave me the idea. So, moving on completely, this is my 3-weight. It's an Orvis Recon. It's very nice, but it does the job for small streams. And then my dad and I both use this, which is a pair of 2 Scott rods. One's a Scott, one used to be a Scott Flex, but I broke that in Montana, which was really unfortunate. And then, but it's a Scott Radiant and a Scott Centric. So this is my net. It does the job for definitely around in Tennessee area. But this has the little dots to help you know also how big it is. But it does the job. In Montana it was a little rough. The basket's smaller, so it doesn't hold as many fish. But last but definitely not least is this wading staff, which may sound dumb at first, but to get some of these fish, you got to cross the whole river. So these help them make sure you don't fall. And actually, I've still fallen with these, but they do help. And they're adjustable at the bottom to make it bigger. And we even added this little Orvis clip thing that you can hook on your pants or your shorts, and it won't come off.